Hello, this is Katie again, and I just got my markers I ordered this morning. The Arteza Everblend markers. There are 60 of them. I'm going to open the case. This came wrapped in plastic. I'm going to, I'm gonna snip this so that I don't ruin it. So on the back, there's actually a swatch. I've heard other people say, like a little swatch chart. I've heard other people say that it's fairly accurate. So that is on there. And then I'm not sure what that storage is for, so I will un-Velcro this. So this is, let me put my scissors away. These are all the markers. So you've got 59 colors and a blender. They all have an A, I'm assuming for Arteza, and then a number, and they also show the name as well. And then this comes undone here, the Velcro, and I think this piece comes out as well. So this piece is Velcroed down, but I'll just leave it where it is because I don't need to take it out. So this can come out by itself, and there's actually 72 slots. So there are 12 more spaces if you order more single markers. I think you can order individuals from them, but you have to order at least 4, I guess. You can't just order one at a time. That's what I've heard. I have not looked. I got these on Amazon. There's a coupon on Amazon that you can clip for 15% off. So I think in the end, after taxes, they were still about 70-ish. And that comes out to about $1.17 a marker. So I'm just gonna stamp a few images as I normally would. A lot of the review videos are a lot of like comic book artists or artists that color very comic booky images, and I saw only a handful of videos from like card makers who would color images like I do. There's a couple, or one with lawn fawn. There's some weird hairs in here that I found, which is kind of strange. Maybe it's just from the packaging. So I'm going to use, I'll set that aside for a second. I think I'm going to maybe stamp these stars and try and do some blending with those. And I've also got Fairy Friends and Mermaid for You, which I didn't actually think I had bought because I waited so long to buy it. And that's a little sad that I wasn't even sure if I had it. But that's okay. There's a hair in here that is bothering me. Okay. So we'll just put that back in there. So I'm going to stamp. I'm just going to put them on a block. I have my regular paper I always use, Paper Tray Ink Stampers Select cardstock. I'm going to stamp maybe just a couple of this mermaid. Maybe we can test out some skin tone blending. I've heard that for skin tones, there's not a lot of range in this 60 pack, but we can try our best. So I'll just use the same mermaid. Okay. And I'll also stamp a couple fairies. We'll do, let's do these two. So I'm just using Memento Tuxedo Black as I normally would with Copics, since these are alcohol markers. And then I'll stamp the balloons would be good too. Let's do the balloons. just gonna get my long bar block. And then we will do some balloons, and then I will clean those guys off later. Okay, so let's look at these and see what might be close. I feel like they're close to each other, the ones that would work together. And I think I had noted a few reds that someone had said would work well together. Let's see, is there a wine? Okay, so I'm going to pull out 3 reds that I heard about in a video. And then I'm going to look at, just try a 2 color blend of teal and turquoise. And so we'll look at maybe her tail. So the tips here, the color is not on the base of the marker. This is all that is on the body of the marker, the base. And in another review video, somebody had ended up with one that had nothing at all around the base. But there is a chisel tip, just like Copic, and then a pointier bullet nub, or bullet tip is what they're calling them, which is different from a Copic Sketch or Copic Chow that has the chisel tip and the kind of brush tip, which we all know and love, those of us that have Copics. But I wanted to try these out bad enough to get them. So this is that tip, and this is more like a Copic, I think, original. The Copic originals have a bullet nib like that. So that's the bullet nib, and then the chisel. So I'm going to start with the darker one. I will zoom in for the coloring here. So this one that I'm going to start with is A265 Teal. The names are very small. And I'm just going to color as if I would a Copic. I'm sure I won't really be used to the fine tip for a little bit. I'll need to get used to it. I believe somebody who said they have Spectrum Noirs. This is the same marker, by the way. They said they were kind of used to that, but having used a brush tip with Copics for so long, it'll take some getting used to, but that's fine with me. I think they blend just fine. Oops, went out a little bit. This one is A2557 Turquoise. So that's the blend on that one. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. So let's look at 2 other ones. I'm trying to... Getting them back in their little doohickey here, I will show you, is not the easiest. I think you have to go down at an angle and then just push maybe. But I did hear this in some review videos that they are kind of hard to get in there. The straps here are very tight. So let's look at 2 different blues that are right next to these teals. We've got, let's do dark on the left, light on the right, A266 Sky Blue and A268 Arctic Blue. So I will do her fin again. I did see in some of the reviews, people coloring, they were using the chisel tip kind of to fill in bigger spaces, probably because this fine tip would take a little longer. And I don't have perfect combos down, but obviously I just opened them. But I thought this marker here, I thought felt a little dry, but it seems to be okay. So you can just keep blending and layering just like you would with Copics. And I think they color just fine, that nib. I could get used to that. One of the reviews that I saw, I know I'm talking a lot about other reviews, but I watched a lot of them today, mentioned that she would take the lightest marker. So let's say you had the lightest blue tip, and she would take the next darkest and the next darkest and the next darkest. She did it with a bunch of colors once, and just bled into the lightest marker, like kissing tip to tip, and held it there for each one, and then she would scribble it out, and it would have the darkest to lightest, like it would come out in a blend. It was crazy how that would actually work. So I thought that was kind of interesting. For the skin tone, there's peach and pale peach. Pale peach is very, very light, so I'm going to pull out both of those. I don't think, yeah, because those are purples and pinks, and then the only browns are hazelnut brown and sienna brown. So I get what they mean by not having a lot for skin tones. I'm going to pause for just a sec. Okay, so I'm going to look at hazelnut and sienna brown. That's A2492 hazelnut brown and A2494 sienna brown. I'm going to scribble them next to each other because I feel like I'm not sure how that would blend, but we can try that. So let's do one mermaid with the brown combo. I suppose there's arms as well. Okay, and then I think this is just the only brown in there that's gonna go, or that would blend even okay with this. I kind of like this bullet nib control in the coloring. I am very used to Copics, but I like these as well. So those, I think, blended very well together. Hopefully you can see that. And then the other two, we've got peach and pale peach. Pale peach is very, very barely there. So we've got A9425 peach and A9426 pale peach. This one looks like it was pretty much made for skin tone. Let's see how it blends with pale peach. I think pale peach is pretty light, so we might have to do a lot of blending, but that's okay. And these may, if you're not used to the bullet nibs, they may just feel dry because of the squeaking that they do, but I think it's just the tip, the style of it, and the fact that the brush obviously glides onto paper. But with alcohol markers, you can, you know, use that lighter color to lift up anything, so we can definitely blend this out if we just take long enough. But on its own, I've seen it in the reviews to appear that light, so that is normal. And then that's the first peach next to it. But those both turned out very cute. I love them so far as markers. And let's see, I want to look at some pinks. So I'm going to, let's see, where were the browns? Where did my peaches come from? we'll put these. I think if you just take one of the pointed tips and kind of dig it in and just hold the strap, then you should be fine with that. Put the browns back. I definitely like to play with these a lot off camera so I can get used to them, but I wanted you guys to see this. So I think what I want to do is let's do these two pinks. I'm gonna grab a couple purples as well. Violet, lilac, royal purple, violet, and lilac, and lavender. I'm gonna pull out 4 purples. So I'm just setting those off to the side. Okay. Oh, lost a lid. Hang on. The lid got stuck in the case. Let's put that back on. So they come off very easily. They're not that difficult at all. Okay, so let's do 2 pinks. I'm going to do the balloon. So I've got A4889 blush pink and A4817 bubble bath pink. So let's do the second balloon so I can do some shading where the shading would be. And then with the bubble bath pink, that's a cute name, we'll blend out. Toward the middle. And if you haven't used a bullet nib before, you probably find different ways that blend for you. Different rotations of the marker, filling in circles or lines. This just happens to be around a balloon. That's why I think that's working well. Those two blended okay. I know that there's not as broad of a range of colors as Copic, so it can make it a little bit harder. I want to try 3. I want to try a combo, just like the reds I have set aside. I want to try a combo that someone had mentioned. Was it lilac? One of the reviews mentioned royal purple, violet, and lilac. So I have A8273, A881, and A884. Hang on one sec. Sorry, I have a cough and I didn't want you to hear that. So I'm going to do one of the balloons. Let's do this one that's hiding behind. So I can do kind of 2 shading. And then I also want to do a purple with kind of the flicking spherical object method of shading. So that was royal purple, and then we will do violet. So I'll kind of shade just like normal, or like I was before. And then this one, I'll flick that out. Okay, and then lilac. This one I'll just try and blend this like normal. This may be a difficult blend because lilac is very light. But it does pick up, and I heard in the reviews a complaint that the markers, like the lighter ones especially, would pick up from the other markers, so that it would take a while to get that darker color out of it, but it seems to be doing the light purple just fine. This 3 color blend may be a bit of a stretch, so we'll try blending this one here. So it looks like those. Let's take the violet and let's just touch tips like you would in a Copic. So use the light, take some of the dark, and then blend. So those three may just be a little bit harder to blend together. I think the first two were great. Royal Purple, if we were to just do Royal Purple, the darkest, and then Violet for the rest of it, it would be a better blend. But I think that Lilac was too light for it. But there's a lighter purple than that. So I do think that that blend is a lot better. It is a dark balloon, but this one is, with just the two colors, is going to be better than those two blends there. So Lilac would probably work a little bit better with Periwinkle or Lavender, sorry. Lavender or Periwinkle, the other two lighter purples. So if we do Lilac and then Lavender, which was lighter, I think. These are very different, but these might still blend okay. This one's a little more blue, the Lavender is. But if you blend it enough, that could still work. Kind of turns more into Periwinkle, but that's not a bad blend. I probably could have given it a little bit more so it wasn't so streaky, but I think the two color blends are probably going to be the best with these so far. And then let's take a look at the reds. So I have first a wine red, which is A415. And let's do a balloon. This is going to be a three blend. If this doesn't work out, I'll try two of the reds. Oops. Wine red, and then ruby red, A411. These two are already blending well together, I can tell. And then A410 rose red was the third. Oh, hello. That one had some black on the tip for some reason. It's gone now. I don't know what that was. That's going to ruin the blend, obviously. That was strange. Manufacturing problem, maybe. So aside from the black streak there, I think these probably blend a little bit better than the purples did together. So again, ignoring the black streak in my balloon there, if you look at this half of the balloon, you can see it blended a little better. Let's take a look at an orange pear and a yellow pear. We will do, let's see, I want to try Sunflower Yellow and Tuscan Sun, and then maybe Vermilion and Apricot for the oranges. So I'm going to do the little fairy dresses here. So this one is A944 Sunflower Yellow. And then I'm going to look at A949 Tuscan Sun. Sorry, one sec. So sorry. I gave myself a cough the other day and it keeps sneaking up on me. And I really don't want you to listen to that. So this one's a really cute blend as well. I really like those two together. So that was Sunflower Yellow and Tuscan Sun. And then this kind of probably more leaning towards a peachy. There's another orange, but I felt like it was too close to this orange, so I wanted to get two different ones. We have A422 Vermilion. I hope that is how you say that. And then A2497 Apricot. So I will go around kind of the shaded areas. And then Apricot. I really like the feel of these markers too. I hope I'm not missing any important tips I want to share with you. I did buy these myself. I probably mentioned that. So no one gave these to me. I would give my real opinion if anyone did anyway, but I probably wouldn't take stuff if they insisted I do a review on them. These two blend together really well, and I really like these in these little fairy dresses. So another good blend there. I think that's probably all I'm going to show you. There's some grays. There's probably 5 grays. If you go on Amazon and look at the photos on the reviews, they show you, everyone has swatches and everything posted, so you can see them there. But basically, if you don't have Copics and you want to get into these, into alcohol markers, I think these are really good. I have watched other reviews as well, and I think these are probably the best for the price. So comparing the reviews that I've seen to the price that you would pay for that many at $1.17 a marker, and it does come with a case. Another review mentioned she's not taking that into account when she's, you know, thinking of that $1.17 a marker. It does come with a case that holds them. So if you factor in the cost of the case, the markers are probably even cheaper than that, because that is where I will store them. I'm not going to store them with my Copics or anything like that. I was really excited when I bought these. I could not wait. They did come same day. I'm just very impatient. I am still very excited about them because I think they're very good markers. They blend really well. There's probably, you know, a smaller range of colors to work with, but I think you can get a lot done with these. I like the feel of them. I'm not sure about the chisel tip yet, but it can cover some area, and if you can get used to it, it doesn't seem that hard to work with. But if you need to cover a lot of area, that appears to work just fine, and you can even be precise with it. Other than that little black thing that was on the tip of that one, none of them really seemed dry, and not as dry as my throat is right now, which is annoying. I think they're really good. I'll link the link I use down below. I just bought them today, May 10th, and there was a 15% coupon you could clip from Amazon, and so they were $69.99. It would take 15% off, but you have to add tax back in there and then do the math. I also bought cat food, so I don't know what the total price was. Anyway, so hopefully that helped you a little bit. I think the 2 skin tones that it can offer are great for enough diversity for your little fairies and your mermaids that I like to incorporate in, because I think they're just beautiful together on the same card. Maybe practice the 3 color blends, but I think the 2 color blends are great to start with. If you don't want to invest in Copics that are $8 a marker, if you go to your local craft store that's marking them up, or, I mean, there may be around $3.50 for a Copic Chow, which is the little round one. They just have less ink. At my local craft store, this would be $8, the Copic Sketch, the oval one. This, someone said, is $3.50. I don't know where these are $3.50. I pay at least, you know, $4.50 to $5. Maybe I'm buying them in the wrong place. And I guess for right now, these guys, the Arteza ones, don't have refills, but they're probably working on that, because I think these are going to get popular. I heard they were already working on other like skin tone colors in the works. And I'm pretty sure one of the reviews said they were working on refills, which would be awesome. Crazy Paper Chick, I'm pretty sure she's the one, when she reviewed these, said that she has an alcohol marker ink like recipe. So I'll find her video. I'll link that below. I'll link down below also the reviews that I liked, so you could watch more reviews of these markers. But the first link will be the link to buy them on Amazon if you want to. I'm not associated with it at all. I probably should be, because these are awesome, but it would, no, I don't want to do that. So the link below gets me nothing, but that is the link I use to buy them. And yeah, if you have any questions, if you are hesitant and you want to ask me questions about them first that I may not have answered for you in this video, please just comment below. You can also message me over on Instagram. I don't know about messaging in YouTube. I think it just doesn't work very well. It's not going to notify me. So comment if you don't mind your question being down below. Or you can find me at Hook, Line, and Anchor on Instagram. I'll link that down below too. And you can message me there. And I will try to answer what I can about these. But if you're just on the fence and you can afford it, I think I say go for it and play with them. I think you'll like them a lot. So I'm really glad these worked out better, aside from trying to blend 3 colors not very well. But yeah, that is it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.